Hello everyone, let us learn more about Karnataka Budget 2024-25 in this video. This is the third part in the series of the videos on MCQs on Karnataka Budget 2024-25. So even this video will encompass about 10 very important questions that could be asked for various Karnataka government competitive examinations. So let us get started now. Which of the following is an example of non-tax revenue? Corporate tax, goods and services tax, excise duties, dividends from state-owned enterprises. So here corporate tax comes under tax revenue, goods and services tax come under tax revenue, excise duties come under tax revenue. The right option is option C, dividends from state-owned enterprises. So the right answer is dividends from state-owned enterprises. So please remember this is a standard question as most of the people get confused. They will consider dividends from state-owned enterprises as capital receipts. No, it is a non-tax revenue. So it comes under revenue receipts. Revenue receipts. This is a standard question. Most of the people will get confused. That's why I have included it again. Second question says capital receipts are primarily used for financing day-to-day government expenditures, funding long-term development projects, paying interest on government debt, providing subsidies to businesses. So if you have watched our previous video, you should be able to answer this question. Financing day-to-day government expenditures come under revenue expenditure. Paying interest on government debt. This also comes under revenue expenditure. Providing subsidies to businesses, they come under revenue expenditure. Only funding long-term development projects primarily happen through capital receipts. They primarily happen through the capital receipts. They come under capital expenditure. So here you have to concentrate on the word primarily because the main goal of the capital receipts is to increase the revenue generating ability of government. It should lead to significant inflow of cash in a given period. So this particular receipts is primarily used for funding long-term development projects or long-term investments or also paying off debts. So you should not get confused that it will be used only for this. It is primarily used. It is earmarked for this. But in case of any shortfall, even the other receipts could be used to fund long-term development projects or it could be used to finance day-to-day government expenditures as well. But capital receipts are primarily used or they are primarily earmarked for funding long-term development projects, etc. So, capital receipts refer to funds acquired by the government through activities that result in an increase in liabilities or a reduction in its assets. I have told you about capital receipts in the previous video itself. And these are typically associated with long-term financial transactions and are used to finance capital expenditure or repay debt, as I've already told you. Very, very important. Please don't think that capital receipts will not be used for any other purpose. It is primarily or typically associated with this thing. But in case of any shortfall or if the government is facing any financial crunch, then even these funds can be diverted towards other expenditures. Third question says, what percentage of Karnataka's expenditure in 2024-25 is allocated towards education? 6.8%, 6.7%, 11.9%, 0.6%. So here the right option is option C, 11.9%. For now, please remember that Karnataka has allocated 11.9%, so close to 12%, 11.9% of its expenditure on education in 24-25. I'll explain more about the allocation using a graph in one of the following questions. Fourth question says, which ministry is the nodal agency responsible for the implementation of PMFME? PMFME means Pradhana Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises. So the right option over here is option C, Ministry of Food Processing Industries. So, the Pradhana Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises was launched on June 29, 2020 with the objective of fostering the development of micro food processing enterprises across the nation. So, micro food processing enterprises like pickle making or papad making, etc. This initiative extends financial support to such enterprises for enhancing their technological capabilities, skill sets, and overall capacity. So, this initiative extends financial support to such enterprises for enhancing their technological capabilities, skill sets, and overall capacities. It introduces a credit linked subsidy scheme aimed at incentivizing micro enterprises to access credit facilities. Usually, these micro food processing industries they won't be given any credit because they would not have a formal setup. So this particular scheme, it incentivizes micro enterprises to access credit facilities for expanding their businesses. Additionally, there is a strong focus on providing skill development and training opportunities to entrepreneurs engaged in this micro food processing. The Ministry of Food Processing Industries (MOFPI) acts as the central agency responsible for the effective implementation of this program. Fifth question says, who chaired the 15th Finance Commission? Mr. Raghuram Rajan, Mr. N.K. Singh, Dr. Manmohan Singh, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman. So here the right option is option B, that is Mr. N.K. Singh. So however, if I had included option as Aravind Panagaria, then most of the people would have got confused. Aravind Panagaria, because here the catch is which Finance Commission, 15th or 16th. So 15th Finance Commission had its recommendation for a period from 21 to 26. So the right option is 15th Finance Commission was chaired by Mr. N.K. Singh. You have to know about 15th Finance Commission as there is a lot of controversy in the state of Karnataka about the tax devolution it has got from the central pool as recommended by 15th Finance Commission. Therefore, 15th Finance Commission is very important, and also there was an UPSC prelims question on 15th Finance Commission last year as well. So please concentrate on 15th Finance Commission, very very important, as a question could be expected on 15th Finance Commission in the upcoming prelims. Look at this question. What criteria are used for a devolution of central taxes among states? Okay, this is for the year 2021 to 26. That is as per the recommendations of 15th Finance Commission. 15th Finance Commission. What criteria are used for a devolution of central taxes among states? This particular question was asked in UPSC as well. So that is why this becomes very, very important. You can expect a question on 15th Finance Commission, this prelims. So population and area only, population area and forest cover only, income distance, demographic performance and tax efforts only, all of the above. So the right option is option D. So look at the following table here. So what criteria are used for tax devolution? The first is the population. It is given 15% weight. Area is given 15. That is area of the state. What is the area of Karnataka? Please comment. Forest and ecology of the state 10%. Income distance 45%. Tax and fiscal efforts 2.5%. Demographic performance 12.5%. So 15 plus 15 30. 30 plus 10 40, 40 plus 45 85, 85 plus 2.5, 87.5, 87.5 plus 12.5, 100%. And you have to remember that income distance has the highest weightage. Income distance has the highest weightage, while tax and fiscal efforts has the lowest weightage. This question could also be asked. Among the criteria that are considered for the tax devolution under 15th Finance Commission, which particular criterion has got the highest weightage? It's the income distance. Which particular criteria has got the lowest weightage? Tax and fiscal efforts. Seventh question says, which of the following sectors receives the highest allocation in Karnataka expenditure for 2024-25? Agriculture, education, energy, rural development. So the right option is option B, education. So education receives the highest allocation, that is 11.9%. Actually, if you look at the graph over here, it is told that for 12%, 44,422 crores has been allocated to education sector. If you divide it by the total budget, 3,71,383 rupees, it comes down to 11.96%. So 11.96% means is approximately 12%. So they can ask either 11.9% or 12%. Both will be the right answer. So education has got 12%. Women and child development has got 9%, 34,406 crore rupees. Next is energy. Energy has got 6% of the allocation. Rural development and Panchayat Raj has got 5% of the allocation. Home and transport has got 5% again approximately. And then irrigation has got 5% according to the budget. Urban development and housing also has got 5%. Revenue has got 4%. Health and family welfare has got 4%. Social welfare has got 3%. Public works has got 3%. Food and civil supplies has got 3%. Agriculture and horticulture has got 2%. Animal husbandry and fisheries has got 3,307, that is 1%. And others have got 33%. You have to remember the figure. Anything could be asked. Major is the education and then it could be asked about women and child development as well as health and family welfare. Eighth question says, as mentioned in the 15th Finance Commission, what is the recommended percentage of health expenditure out of the total budget by 2022? So this is about 15th Finance Commission. So how much does it recommend? What is the recommended percentage of health expenditure out of the total budget for states by 2022? The right option is option B, 8%. So, as mentioned in the 15th Finance Commission, the states are expected to earmark 8% of health expenditure out of the total budget by 2022. Remember the year as well. By 2022, the states were supposed to earmark 8%. So, what percentage has Karnataka state government allocated for the budget 2024-25 for health? Please comment below. Ninth question says, what is the purpose of the KC Valley project? To supply electricity to Bengaluru, to transport untreated water from Bengaluru to neighboring districts, to provide irrigation water to dry regions, to build roads in Bengaluru rural, Kolar and Chikkaballapura districts. So the right option over here, option C, to provide irrigation water to dry regions. So you can actually eliminate one option here very easily, that is to transport untreated water. Why will Bengaluru transport untreated water to its neighboring districts? Why will Bengaluru or the state government pollute the neighboring districts of Bengaluru? So you can immediately eliminate this option because it is making no sense. So KC Valley project, also called Koramangala Challagatta Valley project, very important, you have to remember this. Koramangala Challagatta Valley, it is a lift irrigation initiative called as Eta Niravari in Kannada, Eta Niravari. So it is a lift irrigation initiative overseen by the Minor Irrigation Department of State Government of Karnataka. It involves transportation of treated water from Bengaluru to adjacent arid regions in Bengaluru rural, Kolar and Chikkaballapura districts. Specifically, 120 mld of treated water from KC Valley is directed towards Anekal in Bengaluru urban district. So 120 mld of treated water will be directed towards Anekal in Bengaluru urban district and certain areas of Kanakapura in Ramanagara district. This is also very, very important. Anekal in Bengaluru urban and Kanakapura in Ramanagara district. This water is then pumped into 4 linked lakes which are interconnected with approximately 60 tanks downstream in Anekal. So these initiatives, that is transportation of treated water from Bengaluru to adjacent arid region and then supplying 120 mld of treated water to Anekal in Bengaluru urban district and certain areas of Kanakpura and Ramanagara district is being undertaken under this KC Valley project. The last question for the day is, who is the chairman of the 16th Finance Commission? Raghuram Rajan, N.K. Singh, Manmohan Singh, Arvind Panagaria. So the right answer is Mr. Arvind Panagaria is the chairman of the 16th Finance Commission, and it will give its recommendation for the period starting from 2026 to 2031. So who is the chairman of 15th Commission and what was the period for which Finance Commission of 15th gave its recommendation for? Please comment below. So this is all about MCQs on Karnataka budget part 3. I hope you are referring to all the questions and noting down all these points. Please do that religiously in order to score high marks. Thank you.